People Against Crime, TNT, they're definitely putting forward their particular plan and policy, and they will be doing their first public meeting on the 21st of June. That's happening next month, and I'll get details from the PRO and the president here with me this morning. Let's welcome their president, Nalini on the couch with me live this morning, and of course the PRO, Mr. Phillip Matheson. We welcome you too, and you know, kudos. At the end of the day, many people sit, they complain, but here it is, you all are putting the wheels into motion with action, bringing forward plans and planning this particular meeting, first meeting as it were of many, in Arima next month.
Yes.
Tell me, how did it come together and how many people make up this People Against Crime in TNT Group?
Okay, thank you for having us. Good morning to your listeners. So PACTT, which is People Against Crime in Trinidad and Tobago, is really, well, not a spin-off, but it came out of the collaboration of 5 political parties who, because of the urgency and the necessity to work together because of the crime situation, we put aside our political differences and so on. And we decided, let us put together a crime fighting plan to offer to the government, because it is about your country, betterment, safety for citizens, and the government is in charge. So why not we give some of our crime fighting plans that we have in our manifesto, by the way. Yeah. And we collaborated and we came up with a 12-point plan, short-term, mid-term, and long-term ideas and measures that the government can use. And we delivered this by hand, actually, at the recently held crime symposium at the Hyatt.
Excellent. Yeah. I'll come to some of the plans in a minute. Nalini, let me just bring Phillip in to get some details concerning the public meeting that takes place on the 21st of June. That's next month in Arima.
Yes. Yes. So after we decided to come together, one of the important considerations that we made was that we needed to do this on a community basis. So following up on what had taken place on April the 17th and 18th, we decided to go to specific communities. For example, Arima. So as you indicated, it's going to be on the 21st. We are bringing together key elements from the community, including like the community policing with youth. There would be someone who would be doing demonstration for self-defense. Now, I need to say this. One of the things that we often don't take into consideration is that safety and security is one of our enshrined rights. And for some reason, we leave everything up to the government to do. We are taking a different approach, which is we're looking at it from a micro level. So we decided to go to communities to not only take our ideas, but to listen to what they have to say as well.
Most importantly, there is a great power when we listen.
Engage the public in
And most important discussion that is impacting everyone. I believe sincerely, I mean, I have no empiricals, I've done no research on it, but when I look around and on a personal level, I think crime must be the biggest issue in this country at this point in time.
It is.
Without a doubt.
It is like a pandemic, actually, you know? And I want people to know, there are some people who say, oh, it won't reach by you yet. But let me tell you, crime is on our doorsteps. You're coming out your house, you can be a victim because you're going on the road, you're buying a newspaper, let's just say, a drive-by shooting. You go in a store, a shop to buy something, a robbery, right? You're going back now into your home invasions. Yeah. So it is there, it is a sad reality, and everybody must be concerned and get involved in the discussion.
We can't live in fear, but we must be aware, and that first line of self-defense must be self-awareness and understanding, as you said, having that right to security. Walk me through some of the plans. I know obviously we can't go into all 12. I guess you'll have to come down to Arima to hear it all, but just give me some of the important factors.
So we itemized it into short-term, mid-term, and long-term, right? And first off was increased police presence, which is a known. Once you've seen a lot of police and so on in an area, the criminal element is going to stay away from there, right? And as we had seen when they had the Shogam and the summit, research would show that the reduction in crime was very, very...
The place was calm.
Yes,
Obama
exactly.
was in town, so the place was calm. I
Every
remember that.
intersection had the police and all of these things, right? And we had in midterm, one of the areas we're looking at is the judiciary, which is a talk now. Everybody's talking about the long period of time to do cases and all of these things. There's also allegations of corruption at that area, right? And long term would be, of course, things like prison reform, job creation, resources to police youth clubs and other youth clubs to engage the youths now, to get them out of getting involved in these criminal elements.
As we look to pull the curtains down, we have about 2 minutes. I'll probably give Phillip his closing remarks, and I'll come back to you, Nalini, for your closing remarks. I know this will be very engaging, and it will be impactful. Phillip, any closing remarks?
Yes. So earlier you asked about the meeting in Arima. I want to say that it's scheduled to begin at 6.
Yes.
6 until 8. It will be at the Arima Community Center. The theme that we're working with is Uniting Against Crime, Building Safer Communities Together.
And the 21st, I'm watching my phone now.
June the 21st. It's on a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday, right. That's what I'm looking for. Wednesday, June 21st. Excellent. President Nalini Dial, any closing remarks?
Well, let me stress too that the mayor of Arima, His Worship, Kagni Kashmir, will be speaking at that to his burgesses too, right? So we welcome not only Arima, environs, anybody, we welcome them. And I want to tell our citizens that the reality is very sad. Crime is on our doorsteps. We need to unite. This is not about politics. This is about protecting ourselves, our families, our friends, and making our country a safe and secure place, a better country. Let us always put country first.
Of course, and that's a mantra, and that's a chorus I always, in my capacity, on the couch, on the show, I speak of that every single day. Country first, and then once we're on that particular page, collectively we go forward with, I would say, a new kind of purpose and vision. And we put aside differences and country first. Again, touching base with us, the People Against Crime in TNT doing their public meeting on the 21st. It's a Wednesday, Arima Community Center.
Yes, from 6 to 8.
6 to 8. We want to thank Nalini and Phillip for coming on this morning. We get ready for the 7 a.m. news update, and we come back with much more on the other side. Stick around.